What am I going to talk about today? Well, it is this Mulberry that I bought on eBay a little while ago, a few days ago. And you've probably already seen the unboxing video on your screens. But this is, I just want to talk about this because it's something that I have been looking forward to, and I finally found one. And anyway, there we go. So, but first of all, the box. Let me talk about the box for a sec, because I think the box is lovely, and I know that, you know, not having a box is a way of reducing packaging, but this is a cardboard box. It's recyclable, and I love it. And I much prefer this kind of packaging than like a plastic wrapper. Now, I'm not going to criticize filo-fax about this. I'm just saying I prefer this type of cardboard box, and of course it's handy if you want to then resell the binder at some point in the future. And I bought this off a gentleman, and I just want to share with you what I got in the box. So these Mulberry printed sheets, I don't know whether they're the same age as the binder, but they're a lovely thing. They aren't dated, but it just says copyright Mulberry ref, and there's a reference, but the reference isn't dated, or at least not in a way that I can interpret. But it's a nice thing, and it's nice, good quality paper. And then I got these lovely, a set of London maps which pull out, and they are really, really nice, and they have a full index on the back. And apart from the fact that I have to wear reading glasses these days, which is an absolute pain for me, I hate them, they are a useful thing. Anyway, they're dated, they're filofax branded, and they're dated 1989. And then on top of that, I got this interesting M25 instant avoidance map, which must have been back in the day very, very useful. I mean, these days we obviously have sat navs which will automatically reroute. Well, that's the theory anyway, although sometimes I sometimes doubt that it's as effective as looking at the map. But if you're driving on your own, you can't really consult a map if you're stuck on the motorway. So this is a nice thing. It isn't dated. It is a filofax print, but it isn't dated, which has been unusual. And on the back, you have just a key to symbols and the main in-city motorway and major A roads in the UK. So just an interesting bit of history, really. And then finally, I got a bunch of vehicle expenses records, and these are dated 1998. So I wonder whether this gentleman had this particular binder in his glove box. But here's the thing. This is what I've been looking for and waiting for. It's all about this insert, which allows you to, I mean, it's Crewels rings, very, very good quality. All the rings are perfectly in alignment, as you would expect, or at least I would be always hopeful of with Crewels rings. So obviously packaging can be an issue if you buy online. So as a buyer, I suppose as a filofax dealer, I take the risk. Every time I buy something, I take the risk that the packaging may be inadequate and the rings are damaged. And then as a seller, occasionally I pack really, really well, as many of you know. And so I remove that risk from the potential buyer. So it's a social service. Anyway, back to this binder. So, organizer, wallet, organizer, wallet. And I just love that. I just love the versatility of this design. Something I would like to see Filofax themselves doing. If one of the directors is watching, which I doubt, but please, please, please copy the Mulberry design, because I think you'd sell stacks. And it also, crucially, this is the important thing. As we know, modern construction methods with any product are designed with economy of mind in mind to leave a reasonable profit for the consumer, for the potential purchaser, but leave a potential profit for the manufacturer and the retailer, but without excessive production manufacturing costs. So this is one way to do it. What I'm talking about is the flatability thing, where some, not all, but some modern Filofax models don't have good flatability, as we know. And there's an awful lot of talk about training the leather, and, you know, which frankly sometimes is a bit of a nonsense if the leather is bonded onto a man-made substrate, which in its design is within its inherent design is not really designed with flatability in mind. And to be honest, this particular Mulberry model does not have flatability in mind either, because it just does seem to me as if it is a one-piece stiffener that goes across the spine, which does not work if you want perfect flatability. But in this particular case, simply through the expedient of separating the design, and this is probably quite a easy construction in terms of cost to achieve, it's just, you know, it's inspired. It's probably not the only one. I'm sure there are other models like this, but I wanted this, and so I got it. So, and I took the risk, but I was pleasantly surprised that the actual packaging was more than adequate. So I'm very, very pleased. 6 card slots up here, and then you've got a vertical pocket here, a vertical pocket here, and then this third vertical pocket is taken up with this amazing design. You've got a little bit faded on this one because there is quite a bit of wear on the spine, so I think this has been used in anger. So you've got the embossed Mulberry tree logo, and it's replicated on the inside in gold, and it doesn't say Mulberry made in England, it says Mulberry made, it says Mulberry England. So I'm not sure whether I've mentioned it, but I've emailed Mulberry and to ask them whether this particular model was made in England. I'm sure it is, but I will leave the results of that query, if Mulberry get back to me, in the description. And once or twice I've emailed them, and they've been very, very courteous and polite, and have responded to me after a few days. So I'm sure they will be able to let me know. So a nice thing, I can't really add any more other than the quality of the leather is absolutely superb, as you would expect. But, you know, it is a quality item that must have sold for quite a bit more than some cheaper binders from other manufacturers. And you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to criticise, because at the end of the day, to me, they're all working tools. And at the end of the day, I'm not so much interested in the quality of the leather. Oh my goodness. I'm more interested in whether or not it's up to the job as a working tool. This is up to the job, in my opinion, so I'm very, very happy. And the fact that it is a luxurious item is just icing on the cake that makes a bad day a little bit better and a good day feel even better than that. So I'm happy with that, and I'll take that home with me every day. So, okay. Thanks very much for watching, and for now, goodbye.